Things like controlling nocturnal stalkers, apparently. Luna's voice startled them. She had approached silently, moving like a shadow herself. Her eyes studied Ren's containers with genuine curiosity, her gaze penetrating. "It's not what it seems." Ren avoided her penetrating gaze and shifted uncomfortably. "No?" Luna tilted her head. "Because it seems you weren't just keeping the Shadow Stalkers away, you were actually doing something more interesting." Ren swallowed hard. The intensity of her stare was unsettling, as if she could see right through him. "I don't know what you're talking about." He tried to sound casual, but failed. Luna observed the mushrooms in his hair. "I suppose those sealed containers are full of common earth, then." "It's just. And I suppose Professor Zhao just happened to find you on the way back." "I don't know what you're talking about," Ren insisted, avoiding any direct answers. "Of course you don't." Luna narrowed her eyes, her shadow wolf briefly manifesting behind her. Taro and Min exchanged confused looks, but Ren could feel cold sweat on the back of his neck. Luna took another step closer, her voice barely a whisper. "I'll find out soon. You speak truths and lies at interesting moments, Fungus." She moved away as silently as she had come, leaving Ren with the uncomfortable feeling that she had seen more than he wanted to show. "What was that?" asked Min, bewildered by the exchange. "Nothing. It's time to go." Ren changed the subject while the auxiliaries began organizing students for the return. "The carriages are waiting." "Pack your things," ordered Zhao. "The covered carriages await. The expedition is over for this occasion." "But what about gathering?" someone protested. "Safety is priority," Zhao responded in a tone that admitted no discussion. "Collect everything. We're leaving." Jin seemed about to say something more, but one look from the snail auxiliary silenced him definitively. This gathering trip had been more than enough for one day. The students began boarding the carriages, some still excited, commenting about the battle, others visibly relieved to be returning. The night's events had left their mark on everyone. "What's in those containers?" asked Jin, eyeing Ren suspiciously before boarding his own carriage. "Did you sneak away to collect what Professor Zhao defeated while the rest of us were fighting?" Before he could continue, Zhao intervened with a gentle tap to Jin's head. "Those containers are sealed for a reason, and you should be boarding over there." Luna observed everything in silence while her shadow wolf manifested nearby, as if ensuring there were no more threats. Her eyes briefly stopped on Ren before turning to join her group of noble girls. Klein's group kept apart, though it was evident they were still upset. The incident had revealed too much. The attack hadn't been random, and they had been a specific target. Zhao stopped beside Ren as he finished arranging his containers. "Ren." Zhao leaned slightly, his voice gentle despite evident exhaustion, his tone having lost the usual formality of classes. "Do you think you could do something more with that crystal of yours?" "Something more?" Ren blinked, protectively hugging one of his containers. "For the return journey," Zhao gestured toward the other carriages. "Could that crystal of yours keep the Medusas away during the entire trip?" "Oh!" Ren's eyes lit up with understanding. "I can keep them away. Just—" He touched his lip, thoughtful. "I just need to go in front." "If I stay in the front carriage," Ren nodded while adjusting the core, "the effect will make them gradually disperse, as if following the male. I just need to keep it active." Zhao contained a smile at the childish enthusiasm. "Of course. In fact, I insist you go to the front." "Perfect!" Ren smiled broadly before remembering who he was talking to. "I mean, yes, Professor." "Also," Zhao continued as the boy climbed into the carriage, "I want to thank you for your help today. Not everyone keeps calm in a situation like this." Ren shifted uncomfortably in his seat. "It was nothing. I just wanted to help." "And you did. More than you imagine." Zhao gave him a gentle pat on the shoulder. "You deserve a proper reward. I'll see what I can get from the academy that might be useful to you." Ren's eyes widened like saucers. "Reward?" Like cultivation materials? Would that be useful? Zhao smiled mysteriously. We'll see what I can do. As the professor walked away to organize the departure, Ren could barely contain his excitement. Academy materials. With luck, they would be. A movement in the nearby shadows caught his attention, but then he stopped. Everything ready? The snail auxiliary's voice startled him. Yes. Ren looked away from the trees. It must be his imagination. The carriages are reinforced, Zhao explained to 3 of the auxiliaries. We'll maintain a tight formation to take advantage of our lucky fungus's crystal, and keep an eye open. We can't assume there won't be more attempts tonight. They were ready to depart, with only 1 auxiliary remaining near the clearing's edge where the carriages waited, when Han shouted, "Wait!" while running from nearby bushes toward the last carriage, adjusting his belt, his face red from exertion, and his clumsy movements betraying his rush to reach the carriages before they left. "I'm coming!" Finally, Klein snorted with irritation. I thought you'd gotten lost in the forest. Hey, Han, weren't you just going to pee? Jin smiled maliciously. Congratulations on holding it so long during battle, and in the hole without soiling your pants. New endurance record! Laughter erupted in several carriages. Even some of the more serious students couldn't contain a smile. The echo of laughter bounced between trees, while Han, his face now the color of a ripe tomato, climbed into the last carriage. "Shut up," he muttered, though his voice was lost among more laughter, when Jin began dramatically imitating someone desperate to find a bush. "Silence and order!" The snail auxiliary tried to sound severe, though the corner of his mouth curved slightly. "Everyone to your places!" Ren observed the scene from the front carriage, the mushrooms in his hair pulsing softly with the more relaxed atmosphere. After so much tension, even a silly joke served to lighten the weight of what had happened. That's when he saw it again. A quick movement caught his attention from the corner of his eye. At first, he thought it was another Shadow Stalker, but the flight pattern was different. The mushrooms in his hair pulsed with curiosity when he managed to better distinguish the form. A flying beast, but its feathers had a color that didn't correspond to any species in the area. How strange, he thought, as the carriage pulled away. Those markings. "Move out!" The lynx auxiliary's voice pulled him from his thoughts. The carriages began moving, the laughter from Jin's joke finally fading.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.